Real haunted mound.
The Sematary video, okay? Bloody Angel. It's probably. And I'm 100% dead honest about this, okay? One of the best trap metal, horrorcore, experimental hip-hop albums I think I have ever heard in my life. That is no exaggeration. Not because it's so good, except it is, but because it has, you know, it has a lot of charm, and it's the kind of shit you want to listen to feel fucked up, and can confirm from personal experience 100 times better and more enjoyable when you are fucked up. And that's why it's just so good. It's just so good. But first, an introduction to the man himself, Sematary. Sematary, aka Cemetery Graveman from the Haunted Mound, real Nazgul Skinwalker, Keeper of the Trees, Haunted Mound Lord, and also, you know, known as
DJ Sorrow. Turn the fuck up.
with his real name being Zane Steckler. Started making music when he was 19 in 2019, so you know he was born in the year 2000. Started with his first album or mixtape release being a Rainbow Bridge, which ended up branching out into a full-blown trilogy with banger after banger, alright, with Rainbow Bridge 2 and 3. And with 3, you know, being a actual complete clusterfuck of noise and producer tags. And that was the first time I had ever heard of Sematary. It was in 2021 with a Rainbow Bridge 3, and I'm happy for that, because it really set the stage for what I was getting myself into. The vibe I got from Rainbow Bridge 3 was like Chief Keef, but hilariously overblown. And it gives such a niche feel. I honestly get more enjoyment out of Sematary than Chief Keef, even though it literally is just Chief Keef, but overblown and by a white kid. That's also something that makes Sematary kind of special in this, you know, in like the rap genre, because you know, with most white rappers like Eminem, Logic, fucking Jack Harlow, there's very few exceptions, but they're always mentioning how they're white and how it's affecting them in the music industry. But with Sematary, he understands that that doesn't really matter when you're making dumb, fun, brain-dead party music. So, you know, I haven't heard a single Sematary song where he mentions that he's white or how it affects him in the music industry. And it's honestly very refreshing to hear a white rapper not talk about how they're white in like every single fucking song, because it's kind of annoying. But anyways, off of that tangent, after I was introduced to Sematary, I kind of just listened to it as, you know, a joke. But you know, I was like, listen to this shit, it's so good. Or it's so bad it's good, right? It's so fucking bad it's so good. Like, you know, like a schlocky horror movie. I showed it to my friends, and we were ironically, unironically listening to it, because, you know, it was Rainbow Bridge 3. That shit was hilarious. And it was like that for about, you know, 1.5, 2 years, until Butcher House released in January of 2023, with the opening song of the album being Haunted Mound Reapers.
Haunted mound. Hey, in my haunted house, I call it the butcher house. Haunted mound, bitch, stick that cutter in your damn mouth. Cemetery grave, man, haunted till I'm in the ground, still in the butcher house.
Absolute fucking banger! Absolute banger! That's when I actually started to think, like, yeah, the concept might be, you know, a little dumb, but, like, that's kind of the point. And it makes it go even harder! And I actually ended up becoming a fan of his music, like an actual fan. It's kind of like when I first heard No Hands by Waka Flocka Flame for the first time, like, forever ago. And I was like, damn, this shit is so ass that it's hard as fuck. But then I listened to the entirety of Flockavelli and was like, this is peak trap music. pretty much exactly how I started to feel about Sematary when this shit dropped. Which leads into, you know, the main part and actual meat of this video when Bloody Angel dropped. I'll get into how I feel about the album as a whole at the end and shit, but for the majority of this, I just want to go through every song on the album just to describe as to why they all contribute into making one of the most dumb fun horrorcore rap albums. Let's start with the opening song and title track.
You bastards! I'm a blood angel, toilet on them Dracos, close to grave with my buddy on it, bro. Got a silo, sipping on some Dracos. I'm a blood angel.
Bloody Angel. Genuinely one of the best opening songs off of an album. That I've heard, on God. Like, God, I'm honest with this. The auto-tune, the overblown fucking everything, it's just too fucking good. There's not much I could really say that doesn't explain itself, honestly, if you just listen to the damn song. If you're drunk, or high, or both, or not anything, put this shit on and you're fucking levitating in your damn chair, alright? This song is just so fucking good, I cannot explain it. The melodic chorus that somehow comes through with the aggressive use of autotune, it gives me Travis Scott rodeo vibes, like Oh My vibes. And the way the instrumental cuts out a few times just to get so much louder afterwards to make it hit so much goddamn harder. And when the first verse hits, I'm already 10 feet in the fucking air. I'm already gone. I don't fucking care if some people think this shit is ass. It's pure heroin in my fucking veins and I need it. I legitimately listen to this fucking song like probably 4 times a fucking day, and it's always just so good at getting me fucking hype, alright? This is the type of shit I listen to when I work out. It's just too fucking good! And then with the beat before the outro part, it hits me with like the mid-2010s nostalgia so fucking hard. Like the just I can't. And then the outro bit where he says it all mellow at first and then it repeats itself again with more oomph. Kind of like what Kendrick did on Swimming Pools with the I ride, you ride, bang, one drop, or like what Jid did on Crack Sandwich with the run in my suit, I'm a shooter, body my bitch. Those repeats, but with a more melodic and aggressive sing-songy feel, just get to me. I don't know why. But we can now, you know, move on to the next song because I feel like I'll talk about this one literally all fucking day. I just can't get enough. Headlights. I would have to say my favorite thing about this song probably has to be the beat, cause my fucking god, that bass mixed in with the oddly satisfying hi-hats that hit at weird times just get my head bobbing like I'm sucking dick. And then the synths. Oh my god, the synths sound like those weird fucking tubes that you turn upside down and they make that noise. You know what I'm talking about. The just it's just a fun time. You just gotta let it hit you, and it will. That's simple. I don't have as much to say about this one as I did with the opener, but I still very much so find this one to be a nice contrast with the speedy intro to a little bit more mellow, even if it's just a little bit more mellow. Also, the outro is fucking awesome. On to the next one. Yes! Oh my fucking god, the guitar on this song is fucking peak. When I say peak, I mean it's fucking peak, alright? It gives off like a weird pop-punk vibe with the delivery of the intro, and honestly is one of the only times I'm fine with that ever. This one isn't as hard-hitting as the last two. It's more of a vibey track that's smoother on the ears for a Sematary song, and it really just shows that he's able to do this thing on very juxtaposed instrumentals and do it very well. Very versatile man. More of a melodic song compared to the last two, and honestly the only shortcoming to this song is that it doesn't feel long enough, even though it's a solid 3.5 minutes. Just wish it went on a little bit longer, but still a very good follow-up to the last two. And how the song ends is just so nice and very soothing for some reason. I don't know why. Next song. Smoke Machine, right back into the trap bangers with this one, alright? No funny business, just straight transition into hard-hitting bass and hi-hats, okay? Trap staple. And it just feels so natural from where the last song ended. It's just dumb fun. More of a who gives a fuck attitude of the version of, like, Bloody Angel. And the I don't like cops, commies, and hippies, y'all can't smoke with me line is also peak comedy. Not much else I could really say. Just gotta listen to understand, feel. Next one. Yes, it's the next day, and yes, I'm wearing the same shirt, and yes, my hair's a mess. I just woke up. What the fuck you gonna do about it, alright? Fight me. Alright, Mordor. One of my favorite fucking songs from this album. And it makes sense as to why, because the distorted fuck-ass beat, I should say, mixed with the dumb-ass fucking lyrics, are just the perfect recipe for a good fucking time, okay? And the Graveman delivers with this one, alright? Cause holy fucking shit, this has gotta be the only song that I've ever heard to mention Bloodborne, and I don't understand how he can make it, like, just fit in so well with the vibe he gives off. And just a nerd that wanted to start making hard-ass fucking horrorcore trap. And this is the golden achievement of his career. This has to be one of the best songs he's ever made. Everything about it, the beat, the chorus, the verse, the ending where the beat cuts out for so long and then comes back, just I can't. Just too good to even explain. Genuinely, just listen to it. It will change your life. It will change your life, and I have complete confidence in that. I have complete confidence that this one Sematary song will genuinely shoot you down a new trajectory in life. But yeah, peak.
Bitch, yeah. Post it up, parking lot like a scarecrow.
Parking lot scarecrow. I mean, there's not really much to say about this one, just more of an aggressive trap banger that makes me want to punch holes in walls casually. You'll be feeling like you smoked a blunt to the face and took a shot of vodka after listening to this. Just another hard banger that adds to the dumb feel of the whole experience. But you know, the beat is crazy. I love the beat on this fucking song. I don't know why, but yeah. Next one. Alright, Hockey Mask 2, a sequel to another song off of another pretty good album, Screaming Forest. He's done this before, especially on Rainbow Bridge 3 with Skin Mask 2, which takes the original and distorts the actual fuck out of it. But this one is kinda inversed, because the one on Screaming Forest is way more aggressive and distorted and Like, this one isn't as such. You can actually hear the instrumental and it goes hard as fuck. The distorted guitar that's in the background is just so fucking good. And this is also the first song I'm able to mention HACKLE, or H-Do, as he's referenced as in many a Sematary song, is a very common feature on Sematary songs, as he is a part of the Haunted Mounds Collective, a rap group that Sematary has made, and he usually gives a similar vibe to Sematary without sounding exactly like the Graveman. His inclusion on this song isn't as strong as others, like on Butcher House, for example, but still pretty good since he switches up the flow a bit by the end of the verse. It's just not as long as I think it should be, but it still adds to the song in a good way. Yeah, this is a banger off this album. Banger. Next one.
A sacrifice for the gang. A sacrifice for the real life. A sacrifice for the pain. A sacrifice for your great eyes.
Sacrifice. Coming back with another melodic-ish banger that goes hard as fuck when blaring in headphones or on a speaker. And holy shit, the guitar on this song is so fucking satisfying. I do not understand it. I don't understand it. Another headbanger that makes me feel like I'm speeding on a highway. Why did I say highway like that? Speeding on a highway while it's downpouring. Just another absolute fucking vibe, okay? Another reason this album is so good. Going from a hard-hitting banger, one with a more moody feel and melodic tone, alright? Not much else to say. Banger. Listen to it, okay? Fucking Christ. Have to do all this shit for you! Buried My Heart. This is a, okay, shut the fuck up, phone. This is a neat little instrumental track that starts out mellow and soothing, but increasingly gets more and more distorted with absurd sounding synths. And it's a pretty nice refresher from the first half of the album. Not really much about this one I can talk about, except that it really is oddly calming, even when the synths are like blaring. But yeah, nice little interlude. Next one. BENADRYL Angel. It gives off the same vibes as Parking Lot Scarecrow. It honestly feels like an addition to that song, and in a good way because I wanted more of it on my first listen anyways. Love the synths and the distorted guitar, and the Strangers reference is pretty sick too. And at the end of the song where it's just bass and synths, it's just pure bliss. And nothing else really more to say except, yeah, it's just like an addition to Parking Lot Scarecrow. Next one. HEARSE Trucks. This has gotta be the most distorted song on the whole fucking album. No contest. Very much so giving Rainbow Bridge 3 vibes, and I love it. Very nostalgic considering that was my first Graveman album. So I have a soft spot for this kind of Sematary song. The moment when the instrumental cuts out and it's just the fuck-ass vocals for like 4 bars and then drops back to the fuck-ass beat is a very simple but hard-hitting technique that he uses in nearly every song, and it works for me every time because, oh my fucking god, when I tell you that this shit makes me want to jump out a fucking window. I mean it, alright? I mean it. And just a quick short burst of aggressiveness, and I love it. I think it's a nice contrast from the coherent bangers to add one where the lyrics are damn near unintelligible. It's just sick. Next one.
In the dark truth, sorrow, say my name. With a face, Prince Eternal, Prince of Pain.
Barrow Whites. I didn't know what the fuck a Barrow White was, but apparently a Barrow White is something from Lord of the Rings, and it's a reanimated corpse made of bones being possessed by evil spirits, which is very fitting to the Sematary brand of throwing the nerdiest fucking reference into a banger of a song. The song starts very differently to nearly every Sematary song by having the feature do the hook. WICCA Phase Springs Eternal. I don't know how the fuck to say that, but it was pretty nice. You know, Sematary's gotta take over. This song is honestly the definition of horrorcore rap, with all the pop culture references to horror movie killers like Jason, Freddy, etc. And I love it. I'm a fan of when clipping does this, but I'm an even bigger fan when the song is just a clusterfuck of hard-hitting bass and outrageous auto-tune. The feature is a short but sweet with the dumb references to Lord of the Rings, and it just makes the nerdy white kid vibe shine through even harder, and it's just so funny and dumb and stupid, and I love it for that. Oh yeah, also the song ending with Sematary laughing is just classic Sematary, and it makes it so much better in my opinion. Next one. Black Wings My Team. A hard-hitting melodic cut. That's another headbanger. But let's be honest, they all fucking are. More references to drugs, murder, gore, horror movies. The quintessential horrorcore track right here, okay? Just such a banger, and the feature, Lil Flash, is a nice switch up from Sematary's cadence. And then the song has like a slowed down breakdown, and it just hits so damn hard. It kind of reminds me of the end of Element off of Kendrick Lamar's Damn. Same vibe, but harder. Nothing I can really say to describe this banger that it doesn't do itself from just listening to it. Like, you literally, you genuinely just need to listen to it. But, yeah. Next one. Fucking phone!
Yeah,
Demon in Pain. This song starts off with an actual fucking jump scare, and right after that, you have the dumbest, most brain-numbing use of auto-tune I think I've ever heard, and it's so fucking funny, I can't hate it, because, like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? This is also the most clear I think you'll ever be able to hear the twang Sematary puts on his vocals sometimes. Demon in Pain! Demon in Pain! Oxycontin thing! It's a Sematary staple. And he mentions in this song that he has a song with Chief Keef, and I didn't know that, and then I searched it up, and it's true, and that's fucking awesome. Anyways, this is probably the weakest song on the album for me, but I still enjoy it. It's just not as good as the rest, but as I said, still pretty good. Still a head bopper. Still a head bopper. Still a head banger. Still a head swanger. Schwang! Next one.
yeah.
Dead Trees. The beat on this song is fucking absurd for a Sematary song. Like, the 808s and the synths mixed with the distorted guitar, it just doesn't feel like something in concept Sematary would work on, but it works well. It's got like a dance house feel to it, and I dig it. The fucked up chorus that's just like a wall of noise is just too good. I love it. Feels more upbeat and hopeful in a sense. This song also features another Haunted Mad regular, Buckshot, and his verse just adds to that upbeat feel. He just rides on top of the synths very well and makes this song even better. One of the best songs on the album for sure. Just has a very different vibe compared to a lot of the songs in his overall catalog. But yeah, on to the last song. Get Money and Die, the last song on this album, and it's nice. It's a classic 2010s trap banger. Honestly, reminds me of something off of Injury Reserve's 2016 album Floss, R.I.P. Grogs. But yeah, pretty nice banger to close out this monolith of a Sematary album. Not much else to say except banger, banger. If I were to give this album a rating from like 0 to 100, I'd have to give it like at least bare minimum an 85, because my god, the amount of fun I have listening to this album front to back is indescribable. Every song just hits so damn hard, and the ones that don't aren't meant to. They're more for the vibes. And that's why I love this album so goddamn much. What started off with what I thought was a niche meme I just happened to find out about has turned into an artist that I genuinely enjoy and look forward to hearing more of. I have this shit in my playlist, like songs, everything. I even did a Buff Carell parody covering a song by this man on this channel, which is a certified classic, by the way, just saying, you should watch it. And this is my favorite Sematary album, besides from Butcher House and Rainbow Bush State, but we don't talk about those. And what I think to be one of the best trap albums ever made, on the same level as Flockavelli No Contest. Cause as is the same with that album, every song is a fucking banger! But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you watched it all the way through, subscribe, because I spent so much time on this fucking video. And if you like it, let me know if this is something you'd want to see more of in the future. This is my first scripted video. The script took a long time to write, because I hate writing, but I don't know, I think I cranked it out pretty fast. But yeah, that's I had a lot of fun making this video too. So I'm probably going to do more. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna fill in the void between another one of these kinds of videos with, like, you know, shit posts or whatever. But yeah, that's it. So now it's time for me to stare into your soul.